Okay, well, I actually have sleep and I can think properly now. So let's try and figure out where we are, where we're going. Do 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 do. Yep, we're going that way. Cool. And we're off. Oh my goodness. Well, honestly, I'm glad to be back. Um, oh, your comment actually reminded me of some stories from my childhood, which I loved, which they do involve capitalism, but me doing capitalism, which I find very fun. So let me just cut to the chase, okay? So when I was younger, I liked making money, and I was creative in it, and I did it however I could. Though I didn't have that hard worker mentality where it's like, oh yeah, I need to do the best of my ability to earn money and be a productive member of society. No, no, no. I was a true capitalist and I wanted to do it with as little effort as possible. So when I was in when I was in middle school, not middle school, elementary school, that's how young I was. When I was in elementary school, I decided that I wanted to start making some money, but I didn't know how. And something that came up in the school year was the Scholastic Book Fair, which, if you don't know, the Scholastic Book Fair, it's a thing in America where uh, a company comes into your school and they take over your library for a period of time and try to sell you books. A lot of them. It's tempting to try and make that jump, but I'm not going to make stupid choices. Not today. So, yeah. Company comes in, they try to sell you books. It's a great way for your school to earn some money and, get funding towards projects that they want to do. It's it's a good system and it gets books into the schools and into the hands of kids, which I'm always a fan of. However, I was a bigger fan of what my school did, which was they wanted to make it accessible to everyone. Now, something about the Scholastic Book Fair that I didn't clarify is that they sell books at their retail price, like the price that you find on the back of the book, which makes sense. They're a company, they're trying to make a profit, they can't really undercut those prices a whole lot. But what my school did to make things accessible was they created a system called the grab bag. All right. Now, what a grab bag is that it's like a lottery. All right. You buy a bag full of contents from the Scholastic Book Fair. It could be pencils, it could be books. It's usually like a mix of all of it, but you don't know what's in it. Okay. And then like then you get whatever's in the bag, but it's cheap. Right? They wanted it so that kids could afford it and like feel like they're participating without like giving away everything. But like they sold it for like a quarter per bag, so it was super cheap. Also, good to what the heck? Okay, you know what? You have a shovel. Get out of here. What's wrong with you? Okay, whatever. Wee. All right. Yay. So yeah, they sold grab bags for a quarter each, okay? Which as you probably already see where this is going, that creates a lot of potential for a profit margin. So I I went and I bought a grab bag for, just a quarter. And I was doing that just to participate, all right? But all of a sudden, I realized I didn't really want everything in the bag. I just wanted a few things. And I was gonna get rid of it, like gonna get rid of like the rest of it. But then my friend came up to me and there's like, "Hey, I actually really like that. Uh, can I have it?" And I looked at them and I realized I may not want something, but other people do. And that's, supply and demand, all that jazz. So I turned to them, I was like, absolutely. However, I'll sell it to you for less than the book fair is, all right? So it was like probably a $5 book or a $10 book, and I sold it to them for like $1, okay? They thought it was a great deal and they bought it from me. There's like, absolutely, I will certainly buy that from you. I haven't seen a single frog this entire time. Huh. Where are the frogs? Oh well. Oh, there's the frogs. Hello there. Hi, froggies. Oh wow, you guys are all over the hillside. Look at you. Good job. Okay, well, I wanted to make the. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Hey, look, cows. Oh, what are these coordinates again? All right. I'll have to come back here eventually. If not just for frogs, then certainly for whatever the heck's going on down there. But yeah, so I started to sell everything that I didn't want from the grab bag, okay? Which I thought was great. And then I went back to the book fair and I realized they don't have a limit to how many grab bags you can buy. So I bought another grab bag, just one, and I took what I wanted from it and I sold the rest. And I continued that process, mainly just doing one grab bag at a time because I didn't want to like be extremely greedy, but also I didn't want to be extremely obvious about what I was doing either. And I continued with selling everything uh, for the entire time the Scholastic Book Fair was going on. Well, eventually, some teachers caught on. Like they heard about what was going on, and they dragged me to the principal's office, and they called my parents. Yeah, they told them what I was doing. There was like, yeah, your kid, they're undercutting the book fair, and blah 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 blah. And my parents' immediate response was, "Did he break a rule? Like, is there a rule about that?" And they said, "No, there's no rule about it, but it's bad." And my parents said, "If there's no rule about it, he didn't break any rules. It looks like you guys need to update the rule book. He's not doing anything wrong." I may not have the best like memories of my parents, but that moment right there, 10 out of 10. Loved my parents. I never got in trouble for what I did in that situation. It was fantastic. But yeah, so I did not get in trouble from them, and I got to keep all my money. But then the following year, they decide, oh yeah, we're gonna update this, and they made it so that it was a one grab bag rule. Okay, so they didn't make it so that I couldn't sell things, but they did make it so that my supply was very limited to me just having one grab bag. So there's like I guess we're gonna encourage entrepreneurship, but we're gonna limit how much that he can do, which I actually agree with. I think that was probably the best bet. Um, that way people can't like abuse the system and it gives everyone a fair chance to be able to buy a grab bag. Well, here's the thing. It didn't stop me. I decided at that point that I was going to expand my operation and hire my friends. So I hired my friends who didn't want grab bags, and I said, hey, if you take this quarter and you go into the library and you buy me a grab bag, I'll let you pick one item from that grab bag to keep. and they thought that was fantastic. And I feel like that was a fair compensation, you know? Like they get to keep a book or a pencil or whatever the heck they wanted, and I get the rest. Well, I I continued that way throughout the rest of the time the following year that this classic book fair was going on, and I never got in trouble. I think the teachers did know what I was doing, but like they couldn't really like accuse me of doing anything wrong cuz they knew I didn't break the rules. I wasn't like sneaking in disguise to try and buy more. No, I'm just hiring other people who didn't want theirs to buy one for me. Like that's all I did. So I kind of defeated my school in that sense, which I'm still very proud of. I loved that moment. But that's my little capitalism story, all right? I had a lot of fun with it. I enjoyed myself immensely, and I made a hefty profit. I think I walked away. Like I started that entire endeavor with like 25 cents, and I think I walked away with well over $40. Um, like for a kid my age, that was good. That was good, especially since my audience was kids my age. You know, not really rolling in the dough, but like I made a hefty profit. And I definitely made it so that my school did not make a profit, or at least as big of a profit as they could have, which I think that's what bugged them the most. Because in the end, it really was for a good cause. Like they were doing their best to earn things so that we could like have supplies for the school, but I didn't think about that in the moment. I was probably the villain, not gonna lie. But all that to say, I don't regret what I did, but I would not suggest people go do the same thing. I won't condemn you for it. By all means, if you choose to do that, go right ahead. But also, I'm not gonna like say, yeah, go undercut all the stores and blah 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 blah. Like no, 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 no. Especially schools. Like they kind of need funding with everything going on. But yeah, that was my little story of capitalism. Oh, nah. I mean, okay, there was a second story that came to mind. I'll say it anyways because it came to mind. But it's less capitalism and more trading culture. So I was in a program called Royal Rangers, which is like the religious Boy Scouts. All right. So I was in the religious Boy Scouts, and they had a camp that I had never been to before because my original Royal Rangers group, we were poor, and so we never went to like activities like that. And so uh, I went to the camp, and I was able to do activities for trading that I had never experienced before. There was a whole section of the camp dedicated to a trading hall. Well, in that trading hall, you could trade beads. You could okay. I'm so sorry. I'm very distracted with the loot going on here. Boop boop. There we go. Okay, what can I get rid of? I need to think for a moment. I have sing. This is seek. So I'm gonna get rid of sand. There we go. That's solid. Oh yeah, and you know what? String. That's kind of important for decoration. So I'm gonna trade out. Oh, what can I trade? You know what? No. Darn. Okay, whatever. Okay, that's not happening. Do 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 do. What can I trade? Well, no. Okay. I would compress that, but like that's not going to do anything. Do I have anything that's a duplicate? I'm not really using my bucket. And I have plenty of iron, so I guess. Yeah, I guess I'll just get a new bucket. All right. Anyways, so religious Boy Scouts, right? They they set it up so that you can do a trading hall and trade with vendors there for like leathers and animal skins and like beads and whatnot, and get like a camping experience. Well, first and foremost, I don't really condone like animal skins a whole lot, but also like I have them. My stance is like if you're going to kill an animal, you should use that animal to the fullest because that's a way of showing respect to that animal, right? Like if you're killing an animal for sport, that's awful. But if you're killing it for food and then leathers to create like uh, apparel and stuff like that, and like you're actually utilizing all all of it, then yeah, sure, I can get behind that. But if you're just doing it for the fun of killing things, like that's messed up, in my opinion. But anyways, uh, I'm not the moral police. So yeah, there was trading there, and something that they had was little plastic claws that were given out for free at a station. The whole thought was like, oh yeah, people will take one and then move on, and it's like a cool little trinket. Well, I realized you can trade the claws for beads, and then you can take those beads to another store and trade those beads for leather straps. And so I took some claws and I traded them for beads and I got some leather straps. And I started that process. And I continued to collect claws to trade them in for beads. And at one point I realized there was different values for different beads, so I started to be selective about the beads that I chose, which honestly, if I had done that from the beginning, it would have been better, but I didn't. And that's my mistake. So yeah, I started to be very selective about the beads that I chose. I picked the highest value beads every time because you could just pick the beads from a bag. Sorry, I went quiet there. I sneezed and I muted myself. Um, I didn't want you guys to have to hear that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the guy didn't care about what beads you took. He just had a whole bag full of beads. He's like, all right, yeah, here you go. But another guy, he had this whole selection of beads and they had different prices. And so you could trade him beads for a little bit less than their value that he was selling them for, but it definitely correlated to the price. So, like, if a bead was worth 5 cents, you could trade it in for like 2 or 3 cents. But if a bead was worth 25 cents, you could trade it in for like 20 cents and get that value. Well, I decided, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this, and I started trading leather straps for beads because it was a lot more profitable to do the leather straps to beads than it was for the claws. And then when I went back to the claws, they were all gone anyway. So I was like, okay, well, it's a good thing I started this process earlier. Uh, so I started going back and forth, leather for beads, beads for leather, trying to earn my way to a deer skin rug because I saw it on display and I was like, oh, that's fantastic. I really want to walk away with that. That would be so cool. Well, I continued trading, working my way up. I got so close to being able to afford the rug, which had like a value of I think either $50 to $100, somewhere up there. So like I was doing this like crazy. Oh come on, come on. And the moment I get like right up there, like I'm maybe 5 trades away, I look back at the bead seller who has the deerskin rug to try and get more beads. And I walk in, and the deerskin rug is gone. And I ask him, I was like, "Hey, what happened to that rug?" Uh, just because I wanted to know what had happened. He didn't know I was saving up for it or anything like that. Um, he's just a store owner, and I wasn't gonna be like, "Oh yeah, save that for me. I'm working my way up to it." But apparently someone came in with real money and decided to buy it. You know, the proper way. So I was a little annoyed, but it made sense. Like you can't win them all, and I definitely like I was doing well. I had a good amount of leather straps and like accrued value, but I just ran short. So it sucked, but I ended up trading it for a few like bunny skins and some sort of animal tail, which I used in a costume design for a LARP that I was a part of. Well, at the time I wasn't a part of it, but then later on I joined my sister who was a LARPer, and I joined that LARP and used those in that design because it was actually very in character. But it was a lot of fun, and I honestly really like trading culture. I think it's great. Um, but yeah, let me know if you guys have ever had any experiences like that. I like to hear stories. So if you want to comment in the comments below and like let me know what you've done, please, by all means. I'm interested. Do 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 do. Time to steal all the cauldrons and whatever else I can find here, like the stands or some books or some lecterns and anything else. Wow, that was. It started good. It started good, and then it went downhill. Acacia saplings. Well, I don't care about acacias, honestly. How long have I been recording? Probably too long. I might be at the oh my gosh, hello there. Am I at the 30-minute mark? Give me a sec. No, I'm only 22 minutes in. Ha! All right. I'm gonna try and make it so that this episode's not an hour long. You know what? No. If I keep looting like this, it's gonna take me forever. If I run back home, I could probably be home by the time it actually hits the 30-minute mark. And then I would set myself up for next episode to do other stuff like building projects and all that, and maybe even going to the Nether. I don't know. I know I want to go to the Nether. I just don't know if I'm going to go immediately or if I'm gonna wait for diamond armor. I'm probably not gonna wait. Yeah, I might as well at least see what it's like, right? I think that's the best case scenario. All right, you know what? Here we go. Boat. I have a boat for a reason. I'm gonna go down this waterway. We're just gonna swim. No, we're gonna row. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Lava. Does lava burn bamboo? Oh man, I hope there aren't any pandas in there. Like, I kind of hope there are pandas because I want pandas, but like, I also hope there aren't pandas because they would be burning. I didn't see any. So maybe they're over here in like these bamboo areas, which would be cool. I'm also going to keep my eyes out for any potential cobblestone structures because that would mean that I found a thingamabobber. Oh my gosh! That's another mangrove thing. And it's actually not that far from where I live. Good to know. Good to know. This jungle is actually probably a jungle that I'm going to be exploring a lot. Cuz it's fairly close to where I live. Like honestly, it's not that bad of a journey. And there's a lot of jungle. So I could do really well here. I wonder if there's a through area, you know? Or I could just boat on through and see what's going on. Nope. Nope, there isn't. Well, at least I made it around a mountain, right? I didn't have to jump up the hill to just get through the jungle. Yay! Do 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 do. What is that? Super Freakathon. Yeah, that's right. That's a naked mole rat. Sorry, I got Kim Possible. Kim Possible on the brain. You guys get to hear all of my random thoughts, like as they come up. And because I'm like recording, my immediate reaction is to say what's on my mind. So really, you get my mind unfiltered for the most part. And I think that's a little beautiful, you know? I like that. I like that a lot. I think it's a very genuine way of creating content. So yeah. Ooh, cow. Moo moo moo. All right. I liked that. Okay. So, next episode, right? We're planning this out here. I'm externally processing. I think I'll probably try with all the obsidian I have. I'll try to repair that portal. Oh, that's the place that I looted that one time. Oh my gosh, I'm almost home. Okay. So yeah, I'll try to repair the portal that's at my house, and then get that completely up and running and see what's on the other side. That way, I actually have a decent portal going forward, and I can travel to the Nether. Hello there. Oh no, no. Ah! I was fine with them. I was not fine with the chasm below me. Oh my gosh. They were gonna push me in. They were gonna shoot me in, and that would have been the end of it all. Oh man. Well, I survived. Anyways, there's the portal. There's my house. We're making our way downtown. Walking fast. Faces past as I'm homebound. Da 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 don. Don don don. Da 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 don. Okay. We're home. We made it. Oh my gosh. Okay. You know what? I think this will be like a well, I could do a little teaser, but I think that'll be my thumbnail for the next episode, you know? So, here we go. I'm going to do a little picture of my crops. Oh gosh. Bum 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 bum. Oh, that's perfect. Okay. Boop. There we go. That's the thumbnail. Figured it out. We made it back. We're alive. We're well. And it's time to see what actually, like... Oh, we have 4 fire charges? Dang. Okay. Well, we're going to see what actually fits in here and what doesn't. And then I'm probably going to have to make some chests. And, yeah. I can make a double chest here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, goodness. I don't know. I haven't actually made a proper storage area, so we're just shoving everything into here. Cool. Fantastic. I love it. Taking that cod. Okay. So, yeah. No, that's not it. I think we're going to call it there for today. We made it back home. We had fun. We almost died. It was great. And I'm only slightly going insane. Next time we're going to work on the portal. I hope you guys enjoy your day. Thank you guys for watching. and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.